Welcome to Wednesday. We are QOTD, and you are watching the daily recap show for QOTD. QOTD is the Question of the Day show, the only game show that lets you be on the air, and you can join us on the air by recording your video answers to our awesome daily questions.
And you can also join us by voting for your favorite answers to determine who makes it to the weekly Big Show Championship. That's on Thursdays, including tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
We're going to show you how to make it on the air with us for tomorrow's big show. And we're also going to take a look at one of our favorite fan answers to today's question. Super topical, given the unfortunate situation with wildfires going on in Canada. The question is about grabbing a go bag in case of an emergency.
Very interesting. But speaking of questions, I just want to say my question to you, fans out there in the world, is why haven't you subscribed yet? Go ahead and click the subscribe button and you will get your QOTD questions in your inbox every morning. It's a great way to be the first person to answer, and that will help you make it onto the big show, like the one that's happening tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Just think about it.
Well, time is of the essence, as we've established, so why don't we get to today's question of the day?
We
do have time for a drum roll. Yes, we have a little bit of time. All right. You have to leave your home in seconds. What 3 items do you grab? As you can see behind me, I gotta have my Benjamins. My whole home is going up in flames. I gotta have my fat stack of $100 bills with me. So.
Yes. I'll go on about this later.
Yes. No, we have some really great answers ourselves for this question. Of course, it's a very good one, kind of tapping into what's really important to you and what matters, practical versus memories. But first, we should go through some fan answers because we've been getting them from across the world. So what better time than now to look at one of them? So receiving the distinct honor of Out the Door Expert, we have Spencer with his answer.
3 things that I would take in case of a fire. One would certainly be my guitar. I've written most of my songs on that one guitar. Then my phone for photos and memories. And last but not least, my first ever signed hockey jersey.
See, in all seriousness, those are some great answers, Spencer. And I think I might have misinterpreted the question because as somebody who is always running late, having to leave your home in seconds is just a thing that happens to me. So I said standard answer, phone, keys, and wallet. So that you have, identification, also memories, and a way of contacting people and letting them know what's happening. Because I would hate to call somebody and be like, there was a wildfire at your house, and they just don't answer for days at a time, so.
I'm looking out the window today, and here in New Jersey, we're getting the smoke from these wildfires, and like the sun is a different color, and you can smell the smoke. It's just incredible and kind of heartbreaking when you think about it. But I grew up in Los Angeles, and we used to get evacuated like once a year. And it was like every October 15th, it's like, oh, well, it's brush fires outside. Everybody get up and go. And so I actually had my stuff, but my stuff consisted of one object. Just like Spencer, I had my guitar because everything else can be replaced. It's just that, you got these sentimental things. Now that I think about it, Spencer had nothing but sentimental things, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's the things that are closest to your heart. And I think that's sort of the heart of this question, right? It's like, what's really valuable?
Yeah.
But your answer, Reed, it's the Benjis.
I would also take cash, but I would take my cat, and I would, in a cat carrier, and my car keys, because I figure I have enough stuff in my car that I could actually live out of it if anything happened to my place.
So Reed's bringing C notes, and you're bringing items that begin with C.
Yes. I'll see you in Chicago, Reed.
Nice. Yeah, I think for me, I don't think any of my items begin with a C. I'll check when I go through them. But I think mine is like a mix of the memories and the practical. First, phone, because it has all the photos and it also doubles as my wallet. So I guess it's kind of cheating, but hey. And then I'm also bringing a water bottle, and I might bring my AirPods. I don't know if Bluetooth will still work in this specific scenario, but just in case it does, I want to be able to listen to some tunes to accompany my journeys wherever I
Not
go.
the news about the national emergency.
Yeah.
The tunes.
Oh no.
Okay.
Who needs updates on the national emergencies when I can listen to pop music? Yes, well, we have some incredible answers to this question. I think we would all be very well prepared if we ever had to leave our homes in seconds. But today's question is now the only one you can answer. And for that, I will turn it over to Reed.
Yes, well, let's go back to earlier in this week and look at some of our question of the day answer leaders. Starting with the top 3 answers for Friday's question, if money were no object, so no Benjamins, what would be your dream job?
Yeah,
Very
this
good
is
question.
similar. It's like there are questions that are deceptively deep, and this is one of them, just like the 3 items that you would take. Saturday's question, on the other hand, is exactly the way it seems. Saturday's question is life hacks. Tell us how you make the perfect cup of coffee. This is the community sharing their expertise and knowledge with each other so we can all lead a better life through better coffee. So we're already getting really voluminous answers, I'll say. And a lot of these things are kind of new to me. People making their coffee different than I do. Generally sweeter than I do. I think I like it dark and bitter. But I'm going to give it a try because all these people can't be wrong, right? Anyway, thanks everybody for sharing. These are our 3 top answers so far according to your votes, but there's a lot there. You just got to go and listen to the entire playlist. It's really, really good.
Oh yeah. No, and you'll have different coffee recipes that you can try. It's definitely a useful tool. Well, I think the perfect cup of coffee can often make the perfect meal, which leads very well into Sunday's question, which was if you could choose your last meal, what would you have to eat? I've been looking through the answers, and I think they're all very good. I love all the meals that people have been talking about. I've been seeing a striking lack of breakfast for dinner answers. Mm-hmm. I think speaking of coffee, it's so perfect.
That's concerning, JJ. I'm worried for the.
It's scary.
Well, we also have our top 3 answers for Monday's question, which was, are some books so terrible they should be censored or banned? This was a hot topic on QOTD. People from all different countries had very different opinions on it, and I think we all kind of learned a lot.
Yeah, the entire Twilight series. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Well, sort of. Look, people have valid concerns about like disinformation being put out on the internet or books that are like maybe too adulty for their kids in school. And I'm trying to keep an open mind that that's not my instinct on it. But it is related to our next question, which is Tuesday's QOTD was about lies. Lies. What is the last lie that you told and why did you tell it? And I got to say that there are some hysterical answers in here. It's like, everybody tries to tell the truth, but sometimes you got to veer away from truthiness to something else. And there's usually a very good reason. So there's some awesome stories in here. These are the 3 top answers so far, according to everybody's votes.
Yes, they are. And I will say I was also looking through the answers. First of all, I think this is probably one of our most answered questions, and there are a lot of very relatable answers as well. So thank you for sending in your stories. Well, we've gone through the other 5 questions for this week, and so I thought we could do one more favorite answer for one of those 5 questions, specifically for Sunday's question, which is if you could choose your last meal, what would you have to eat? So receiving our honor of Best Dine Before You Drop, we have Zach for his answer.
I would just get a burger. I get a classic burger and tons of ranch. I'm a ranch person, till death. I love it. I love ranch. And if it's my last meal, I'd better have a gallon of Hidden Valley right next to the burger.
A river of ranch for him.
Cheese, Definitely.
It's a very American answer right there. Thank you so much. Well, fans, you still have one day left to submit your own answers for your chance to appear on tomorrow's big show. That's our super fun finale, hosted by Keith, JJ, Reed, and I. We go over the best of the best videos of the entire week. It's every Thursday at 8:30 a.m. on YouTube, Twitch, and right here at beyondtheair.com.
Is to record your answer for that big show, you can go to beyondtheair.com and you can click the orange record button under the 24-hour live game stream. Remember, you can still answer today's question or any of this week's other questions to tell us about your last meal, your go bag, and for your chance to join us on the air.
Yeah, while you're over there at beyondtheair.com, you know, there are many activities for you to engage in. And one of them is the Guess and Bid game. The Guess and Bid game is where you send stars to your favorite videos. And then if that video wins, if it kind of goes up the leaderboard by people's votes, then you go up the leaderboard as well. And if you really kick it, then you can show up in the Daily Recap Show like Mary and Zach right here. It's another way of being on the air and being seen by hundreds of thousands of people all around the world. Think about it. Go play the Guess and Bid game.
Yes. Well, thank you everybody for sharing with us as always. And a very special thank you to everyone who has already watched, voted, and recorded so far. We are QOTD and Beyond the Air signing off. And we'll see you on TV.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
So steak and eggs while you're on death row.
That's the way to.
All right.